Alright, let's see what we got here. Hello? Okay, I think we're live. Alright, sweet. Welcome to yet another day of streaming. It is 9:30 on Saturday, November 4th, 2017. I am currently working on a puzzle game. I thought I'd stream a little bit more this weekend than usual because I'm probably going to be out of town next weekend. Okay, so let's start with the state of things. First up, did I tweet this out? Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's look at the current state of the game. Making sure this is working. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I have a lot of things to fix, and one of them is that the save file is conflicting with what I'm going to fix today. Actually, is the save file is conflicting with the multi-streaming level stuff. So let me just delete my save real quick. Your saves are saved in the name of your project. Saved, save games by default. I've called mine test for now. Okay. So I'm circumventing the usual startup, if you guys recall, because I'm doing this thing where I'm streaming in 3 levels at any given time. People who saw the little mini stream I did on Wednesday know I did like a weird edge detection thing. That's all in. It looks really gross right now. That was mostly just me making sure I could do it. I kind of have a plan for edge detection. For edge detecting the world. I might not use it in runtime the way I'm doing it right now. I'll probably use it for, I'll probably make it a blue utility. I don't know. We'll talk about that later. But, right now we have a game where we have these 3 puzzle boxes. And I can kind of maneuver them around in space. Shit, I don't remember how to beat this. I've Let me undo a sec. Hold on. I think... Right, okay. Okay, you can maneuver them around in space. They can now move between different levels. They can move each other between different levels. So we've got a kind of multi-level puzzle going on here. I want to get this guy over there. These two kind of have to work together. Oh, why is that broken? Oh. Maybe... Hey, what's your deal, buddy? What's she hidden? Alright, we have our first bug. She's supposed to be able to lift him up. She can't right now, and I don't know why. Let's look into that right now, actually, before I go on any further. So, here's the player pawn. Something is going wrong in test for motion, grid motion and collision. I don't know. Let's add a breakpoint. Do you think it's here? Let's see if it's breaking there. Nope. Where is it breaking? You must be finding collisions somewhere. Alright, so you're not finding a static mesh that you're colliding with. What you're finding is the thing you are not equal to. I think she's colliding. So I've attached one pawn to the other. I think it's detecting that she's colliding with the pawn that's connected to her. Yeah, I remember I changed this stuff around a bit to add in more checks, and I must have missed that. So I'm saying here is, if your limb, this is all other edge detection stuff. Here I'm saying if the limb that you're extending is moving into a tile, this is just a check to make sure you're not, if you're retracting a limb and pulling it into the body, this stops that. This is like, hey, is the tile you're moving into blocked by yourself? Ignore that. Is the tile you're moving into blocked by the thing you're attached to? Ignore that. Now I need to say, is the thing you're moving into attached to you? I broke this. I'm just going to fix this real quick, and then I'll go into describing what we're doing today. How am I going to fix this? I need to know that the tile you're moving into is occupied by a pawn. If it's not occupied by a pawn, I need to know if that pawn is attached to you. That should be easy, right? Yeah, because there's a list of attached pawns. By the way, this is not used anymore. I feel like every stream I apologize profusely for how sloppy my current work is. This stream will be no different. Is your pawn attached? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So this is a dictionary of pawns that are currently attached to this pawn. Sorry, my throat's all fucked. I want to find... get all the pawns that are attached to make sure that this isn't just an attached pawn. Actor object. Oh, don't be like this. Actor. Does it need an actor? So this is an array of pawn objects, which is a child of actor. I'd rather not cast the actor to a pawn. Don't know any other way to do it though, so I guess I will. Alright, this is getting out of control. So, I think this is sloppy even for sloppy. This is just a bunch of checks for if you're hitting a wall or a ceiling or a floor. and how much give we have and stuff like that. This is the thing you're colliding with a pawn. I feel like I want to just make a different branch because I'm really overloading that one. Comments. Are we colliding with pawn? Touched. Alright, so if you're not colliding with like world collision, ground, ceiling, floor, get a list of all the attached pawns. Find if this, well, first, are we colliding with a pawn? And if that's true, well, I guess first we just have to get a list of the attached pawns. Guess I'm going to have to cast this to pawn. Feels gross, but oh, somebody's gonna cast something. So let's cast this to player pawn. Alright, if we hit a pawn and that pawn is not just yourself, and that pawn is not something you're attached to, and that pawn is not attached to you, then continue. Otherwise, or sorry, then you're blocked. Otherwise, you're not blocked. Okay. Glad we started out by showcasing the game here. Right. Sorry, I'm just getting started today. I haven't logged into Perforce yet. Okay. Let's try that again. So there's definitely still a breakpoint in there somewhere. Let me remove that. Alright, so the way this game is played. Getting back to where we were before. Well, what I've been adding over the last 2 weeks or so was the idea that these pawns can interact, they can step up on each other. They can help each other get to different levels like this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Looks like today is going to be a bug fixing day. What is holding you up now? False. Good. Okay, here you're true. You're colliding with a pawn that's not equal to yourself. Not attached to you. Oh, shit. And not attached to you. One more time. All right. Sweet. Look at them working together. That's beautiful. I actually really think this is kind of cool. I think this might be a fun mechanic. Wait. I did all that and I didn't. Oh, sorry, we just hit my breakpoint again. Oh, shoot. Don't make me get out of here. Remove breakpoint. So the whole point here is that he can't rotate there. He's blocked. He's got to figure out another way. That won't work. Wait, what did I do wrong? Oh yeah? Guess that doesn't work. Wah wah. I used to have this set up so that you could go either way around. I appear to have lost some of that ability. Oh, I remember how I did it. This is funny. No. I think I remember how I did it. I swear I used to have it set up so you could do it like this. Yeah, maybe? No, that won't work. I swear there's a way to do this. Need him to land in such a way. I'm gonna undo all. Wow. Alright, I'll add in stuff so you can go either way on the circle later. For now, I'm pretty sure this should at least work. You should be able to, like... drop down like this. Move over like this. Yeah, and then he can win. And then let's get her down to here. Nah, I remember this one. The easiest way to win this one is like this. That wasn't actually the easiest way, but this will do. And then she can fall over there. And then he can go over here and that'll win the game. And another thing I set up is I fixed undo for all characters, including undo through win conditions. So you don't just lose them after they hit their target goals. I also set it so that the level doesn't win until you've hit all 3 points. So yeah, undo all works. Let's see if redo all works. That would be fun. Let's focus on her. That's clearly not working at all. Holy shit. Okay. Well, redo all does not work. So that's the current state of things. Now let's talk about the insane number of bugs that we have here. Not really bugs. Today is going to be an interesting day because when I added this idea that there's multiple characters and they can interact and they've got different Z heights and stuff, I think this is cool. I think I definitely want to keep going with this and pushing this a lot more. In fact, I think this might be my new favorite thing in the game. Like, this is cool. But I kind of didn't structure the levels to handle that. And so today we're going to do a lot of thinking and restructuring how levels are loaded. Right now what I've done is, I mean, when you load into the game, I basically load each map one at a time. They're loading different tracks. I have these bullshit 1.5 second delays in between loading each level, and each character brings in their own level. So, and apparently I've just thrown a lot of stuff in the persistent level by accident. That's cool too. Let me move all of these static props into, like, where are we? I called these T-bot pairing levels. Okay, anyway. So the mesh almost doesn't matter as long as you load in the mesh that's underneath the pawn. Each level's bringing in, the important thing that each level is bringing in is the starting location and the camera location. I don't have the idea that any given win location is tied to a given pawn. I'm not sure if I want to. Like, that was big on, what's a good game I played recently? I'm playing a lot of puzzle games recently. I really like Bethel's work. I went back and I played, shit, the one with the cubes. The one with the squares. It's gonna kill me. Thomas Was Alone. And for his puzzles, he has this idea that, like, each square has to reach an end goal that's the same shape. Basically, each character has to reach a given point, whereas I'm not sure if I want that. I think I'm cool with the idea that you can reach any point, at least for now. With the understanding that there's going to be some points only certain characters can get to. Basically, I don't want to worry about that yet. What I want to worry about now is figuring out how I'm gonna load these levels. I can't just have multiple pawns in a given level, or sorry, multiple player start locations in a given level right now. I'm just not set up for that. Actually, I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. Oh, sorry. I feel like I could do one sub-level that's just the geo, and then a separate sub-level that is the pawn starting location and camera. And then I can tie those sub-levels together somehow in, like, a spreadsheet. That might be one way to go. I don't know. Not sure. I could keep it all as one sublevel. Well, let's look at what I have. The camera switching between the different tracks stuff. What does that rely on? Let's read through that. Or I guess that'd be in the game mode, wouldn't it? So if you see ideas that there's different tracks, we switch these characters. So early in the game, I still want the earlier kind of puzzles where you're just only one puzzle box and you can move between the different tracks, the different kinds of puzzles, so that you're not locked into just playing through in one way. I want to keep that. I don't want to lose that. I want to create the concept of a paired level. Yeah, I'm waffling on this pretty hard. I could have all 3 player starts in one sublevel. And I could set up a system where I define different player starts to be different. I could create, like, derived new player starts that tell you which pawn it is. That's one way to go. Or I could stick with what I kind of have right now, where every level has its own pawn that gets initialized. And, alright, let's stick with what I have now. Because I don't want to break everything I've already made yet, until I know for sure what this game is. So I'm just going to keep building on my foundation of sand here. Okay, in the world we live in, each level brings in its own pawn. Each level brings in its own level camera. How do I want to do this? I want to have... Should I have all the geo in a completely separate level? With a grid world? Let's just start doing things. Level list. So here's the table of information I have per level right now. Might get rid of the sheet music stuff. Under level, I'm going to add other levels to load. It's also the idea of having nested sublevels, but I'm not sure if Unreal really supports that. Like each Epic hasn't really come out strongly saying that they will support your game if you do that. I know people definitely do that. They have nested sublevels all the time. I'm just afraid. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have this idea that there's a primary level, and that level will have all the geo and the win points, and then there's that primary level will pull in sub-levels for the pawn. Yeah, okay. Let's just, I don't know, see what maybe that would look like. Like in the case of this, right now I've got these 3 levels. They pull in arbitrary geometry based on how I was building them. Let's take and make a new level. Call it paired, or let's call this combo level 01. Let's take literally all the static props. Wrong thing. And let's move it into combo level 01. Let's take our win conditions, move them there. what these are. Or where they are. Just got some random cameras hanging out somewhere for no reason. Alright, so this is the basic camera that's in each level. This is all stuff. This should all be in the persistent level. What the fuck are you? I don't know what that is. Okay, I just deleted a bunch of stuff, so I'm gonna play through and make sure the game isn't super broken. Give me 1 second. Let's load combo level 01 now. When we load everything else. I'm just gonna need to real quick for test purposes. Combo level 01. Okay, let's see what we get here. Alright, so basically, what do I like and dislike about that? I kind of like that no, never mind. It's better if the geo's always there and they kind of fall into it versus it being built when they're building. I don't really know what I want my level transitions to look like yet. I have to figure that out. I gotta do something at some point here. Okay. Yeah, let's make sure the game still works real quick. Maybe let's just get her to win. Oops. Yeah, it looks like everything's still working. That stuff I deleted I didn't need. Okay. So. Okay. Combo levels are 1. I'm gonna make a new section called combo. It's gonna be the first one. Track. Ooh, let's add a new. Should I call it the combo track? Yeah. Yeah, so this is hard to explain. I kind of, when you switch between tracks, I just have an enum that's switching between the drummer, the accordion, and the trumpet. Or, yeah. And I'm gonna make a new one for combo. You never switched any camera or anything for combo. Your track will be combo. Your robot type doesn't exist. Now, for combo, I need to add a new idea to this, a new thing for my grid. Can't add a dictionary. Dude, a dictionary is really what I want here. I would be able to say for this track, call this level. Shit. Oh, maybe I could have created a dictionary. Call them sublevels. Why aren't you loading here? Level list. Sheet, perfect move, robot type. Oh, this is the wrong thing. Sorry. I want to find the struct that has the level data. Level attributes. Sublevel. Sublevels. This will be level track, 2, level name. Cool. Now in my level list, the trombone will be, oh hey Tango, what's up man? I thought I'd do a couple more streams this week because I'm probably gonna be out next weekend. I talked about it earlier in the stream, but what I'm doing today is, do you remember I added the idea that you have these different pawns and that they kind of interact? Like the different characters can kind of move each other around. The way I did that was extraordinarily hacky and scripted, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm actually gonna store that data and load it later so I can make multiple combo levels, and I can make it so that when I load one combo level, it'll load the sub-levels that have all the information I need for each pawn. And I can define that somewhere, and then I can just start cranking out making these levels and know that like the right ones will load together and stuff. That's kind of the goal. Yeah. I don't know if I'd call it polishing. We're not to the polishing stage yet. Right now I'm figuring out how to architect the data, like where all the data is, I guess. Where it should be. How I'm gonna call these things. I still think I'm in the prototyping phase, personally. But I think that's just because I've never made a puzzle game before. I suspect the prototyping phase will by far be the longest phase of this. I hope so, otherwise I'll be working on this till I die. What am I doing? You always hope that and you're always wrong. So I should just shut the hell up. Let's see. Levels. So before this was T-bot paired levels experiment. Maybe we should move this somewhere logical. No, next weekend I'm going on actual vacation. I don't know, I don't remember if you're American, but instead of Thanksgiving, I'm opting to do an early Thanksgiving with my family. That way I don't have to, for various reasons. We're getting together a little early this year. I think you get older and it gets harder. My immediate family is very small. So like for actual Thanksgiving, my brother needs to go to his girlfriend's family and so forth. It's just my brother, my mom, my dad, and me. So we're celebrating early. Alright. Good morning, man. So what I'm gonna do... I think right now I was still doing... I don't know how I want to name these. I'll call them paired because there's 3. Alright, you know what? We're gonna go with... I'm actually going to remove this level from the world. So I can move it and rename things. I'm gonna call, shit, which one am I letting right now? Probably like T-bot drum pairing. Yeah, like I had no idea what I was doing when I started this. So we'll call this, combo level 01 drum. Trumpet. Piano. And I think what we'll do... I'll remove these from the world. To make sure I add those on Perforce. I'll make this little question mark go away. Okay. Okay. And now trombone will be Combo level 01. Never decided if it's a trombone or a trumpet. I mean, it extends like it could be either. I call it a trombone here. I'm going to call it a trombone here too. Trombone. An existing trombone. Okay, so combo level 01. Trombone. Piano. And drum. I think okay. So we start a new level. We get the information from that table. We get what the current level number is and set that. It's alright. If there's already a level loaded, we unload it. We set these various variables for the section name, the level name. We set the current track, which will be combo now. We freeze the camera. We stream in the level. Reset player controller. Shit, am I going to be calling this multiple times? When I stream in a level, do I want... Right now I have it so that, like, it streams in one, the camera moves to that, it streams in the next one, the camera moves to that. I don't know if I want that. Maybe... I take some section of this, make it a function that I call multiple times for a combo level. So, like... What do I need for each sub-level? For each sub-level I need to know... I definitely need this part. Where I figure out where the player starts, and I figure out where the camera starts. And then... I definitely need all this stuff for the pawn. Which is just moving the pawn, resetting it, doing all that crap, and initializing the pawn so that it has the correct art for that given pawn. Though this is going to change heavily too. Oh god, there's a lot of work to do here. Maybe I just... Alright, here's what we're gonna do, just to get me going. I'm going to say... Yeah, I've been commenting things, Tango. Yeah, we're getting there, man. These things do get cleaned up during the week when I have my time. I kind of start out fast and dirty. Just to figure out what I want. Like this right here, I just duplicated a shit ton of code. I'm gonna make a new custom event. That is... no. What the hell is that? Make a new custom event that is, load sublevel. I saw you in a stream last night, Tango. I don't remember whose. Clark Tank. Were you at Clark Tank? I creep on a lot of dev streams. Yeah, I saw you typing there, dude. It was fun to see, like, everyone I know in the Clark Tank stream speaking up. It was cool. Okay. So when you load a sublevel, I'm gonna say, I want you to input a name. I don't think I need a current level num for this. I don't need a current level section. I'm not gonna get any of that information. So this can just go. The idea that you set a level section name can go. This needs to stay and be this name. And put a level name and a track. Yeah, I'm really sad he's not doing Clark Tank anymore. But yeah, I never talk. Usually I'm working and I just listen to streams as I work. But Clark Tank, I frequently listen to Jonathan Blow's streams. I actually listen to his a lot as ASMR. Like I'll put them on in the background when I really want to concentrate, and I'll play music over them just to hear the sound of the keyboard. It's weird, but it works really well for me to help me focus. Who else? Just random dev streams sometimes. I've popped in a couple of middles. The stuff for the camera I don't think I'll do. I do obviously need to load this level. Yeah, he said at the start of the stream he's not doing the show anymore for various reasons. You can go like look into it. He might do it if there's some new current news. I mean, the dude's got 3 games he's making right now. He's busy. I feel him. Working on this and my real game is like killing me. Not killing me. Please. It is a lot of work though. You say I cleaned it up, but this still looks like a fucking hot mess. Spawn a new pawn. Absolutely, I agree with him. Which things? This is to spawn a new pawn. This is to move an existing pawn into location. Obviously, you don't need to knit the pawn if... Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is moving it. This is after it's finished moving. Okay. This is initializing the pawn. Okay. The camera we don't need to do. Delay 1. For loading. Hey, Doc. The current state of the market and such. I don't know why he was surprised by Relic Knights being so popular on Kickstarter. Keep in mind, absolutely all of us are in our own bubbles, where you can't possibly know everything about the market. If you look at a lot of stuff that surprised Clark over time, where he was surprised something was successful, or it was usually, wait, why is this doing well? Oh, it turns out there's some famous webcomic artist. There's some thing that's just outside of your sphere of knowledge. That's the reason why these things are very successful. And there's just no way any human being could possibly know everything that's going on, so that doesn't surprise me. So this is the code that we need to redo for each sublevel. This we do not need. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely that. We tend to hang out with people that are similar to us. I know, what's a good example? There's a lot of indie games that are kind of silly in a fun way, that are maybe skew a little bit younger. And anytime you look at, so a lot of the famous indie developers like Ichiro, Eitan, Jonathan Blow, Eric Osman will have this thing where they make bets on what they think the next biggest hit will be. And they always consistently whiff on the stuff that's kind of younger and more playful because they're older. Because it's hard to see that coming. The best example was Ichiro totally didn't see that, what's that black and white music game? It was actually made here in Massachusetts. It wasn't a music game, but it was like a black and white game where you didn't... I don't know how to explain it. It was such a weird game. I loved it. Or you didn't have to kill anybody. You could go through the whole game without ever killing anybody. Anyway, whatever. The point is, like, there's these games that are, that I think maybe are... I'm not thinking of Noir. You're gonna make me open Steam and figure this out. I am slow in the head today. Clearly. It was weird because you... Hold on. I have too many goddamn games. Not One Shot. I think everybody thought One Shot was pretty cool. Like, out of the gate. Everyone loved One Shot. Undertale. I don't think anybody saw Undertale coming. Definitely not Ichiro. He was like, what the shit? Why did this do well when so many things fail? But when I played it, I was like, yeah, this is great. Even though I'm a bit older. I fucking loved that one. No one saw that coming. That was like... No one saw that coming. He logically did everything wrong. Alright, so... I guess I'll still add these two pools. Which are... Why do I need to know if it's cinematic? Fine, I guess. Replay, save data. Actually, we're going to not do that yet. Okay. So oh shit. This is one of those major overhauls that are not fun. Okay. Alright, what's this function called? Load sublevel. Let's say if the current track is a combo level branch. False load sublevel. Using the current level name. Current level track. I don't even worry about that for now. Do this. Otherwise, if it's combo, then get Alright, if we're loading a combo level, take a look at break open our spreadsheet, get all the sublevels we're going to load for each. Sorry, you can't do that with a dictionary. You have to give me the keys, which is weird, but whatever. And then for each key in the array, load a sublevel that is of that track, and get the name of the sublevel for that track. And then just let me look here again. So what I'm doing, oh, I don't want to do a blocking load like that. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna make load sublevel go right here. I'm gonna take the load of the sublevel over here. Hey Chris, what's up, man? Oh yeah, BlizzCon's this weekend. That's right. This is no longer load sublevel. This needs to be called something more like init pawn, load level pawn, load level track. What's that node that lets you choose something based on an input? It's not a switch. Choose. Filter. What is this gonna be under utilities? Select. I think it's called select. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if this works the way I think it does. God damn it. You are not liking this fucking reroute node, man. Giving me some troubles. I want you to return a robot type. Two arms bot. Shit. I didn't consider that a level track might have different robot types. I forgot about that. So this might not be adequate, having a dictionary. Might need to be a struct. All I need for a sublevel is the name of the level, the track, and the name of the robot. See you later. Oh, you guys were guessing in the chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was select. My bad. So, should make it a struct. That seems like overkill. Well, you know, another thing I could do is just fill up this spreadsheet with... Okay, let's change how we think about this. Maybe instead of having a dictionary, we just make a really absurd spreadsheet where combo level 1, which is a combo level. Then we have level track, trombone. We have, I'm sorry, combo level 01, trombone. We leave those the defaults and we call you, I mean, you're gonna be form spot. What information do I want to sublevel? Shit. this is not right. I think this needs to be an array of structs. Yeah, let's try it. Blueprint struct. Sublevel data. Does that fit with any other naming convention we have here? Game mode. Level attributes, level list. Let's call this sublevel attributes. And you will be before you were a name before you were a level track and a name, now you're gonna be where am I? Level track. Level name. And a robot type. Where your robot type is a name and your level name is a name. What is a track? So a track, it's different for different parts of the game, which is why it has to be separated from the actual knitting of a trombone, because what a trombone is could change throughout the game. But let me show you. Oh, I can't show you right now because I just broke everything. When you hit the button that switches between the trombone and the piano and such, you're changing tracks. And a track is a level track has, this is the gameplay logic for the piano, the fact that you are a piano, and the camera location for the piano. And there's parts of the game that are kind of non-linear early on. So early on you could play 3 piano levels and then switch over to the trombone and play 5 trombone levels, get bored with it or get stuck, switch to the drum or the piano again and play a couple more levels there. And so there's different kind of paths you can take throughout the game. Does that make sense? And so I call those paths tracks. All of this could change. That's just kind of what it is right now. So yeah, but each sublevel needs to know which level track it is, the level name, and the robot type. Cool. Now I can go back to my level list. Oh, and my level attributes are no longer a dictionary. They are now a sublevel attributes struct. An array of sublevel attributes. Okay. And now I can set trombone is called, oh wait, nope, by default I want you to be empty. This is the default. Level list. Your level name is combo level 01. Trombone. Your robot type is forums bot. Is incorrect. recording is called T-Bot now. What is the drum called? Two-arm spot. Okay. So now we're going to go for each loop through this struct. Look at everything in this struct. Break that struct. Set the current track to this. Set the level name to load. Load the level. And then, I guess load level track, sure. And this needs to take It's gonna be real ugly for now. Basically, I'm changing it so that you call the function with the level track name, and we don't rely on this global variable, or this basically global variable, yeah, called level track. Doing the same thing with current level name. Okay, now I get my robot type directly from my sub-level data, so I can pass. I need to add an input to this function that is robot type. Here's the name. Yeah, Whittle, I'm still, so far, I've managed to do absolutely everything in Blueprint. I have not installed Visual Studio yet. We're gonna see if I can get away with it. I'm actually kind of I think I can get away with it. Kind of excited about this. I mean, we'll see. Shit, man, I have no idea. I haven't tested the game and I've changed so much shit. Pitch it to Epic? I mean, maybe. I'm scared to go. Look, this is something I'm working on the weekends, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm super into it, but I also am aware that I can only spend like 3 days a week on it, right? So this project is going to move very slowly, and if you come out the gate just like, hey, I'm making a thing, I think by the time this actually launches, people will be so tired of hearing of it, no one will buy it, or... I mean, maybe that's a dumb fear. Like, that would be a really good problem, to have over... talked about it. There is something to be said for making a game too slowly or making noise too early, though. People don't have attention spans that last for, like, a year, you know what I mean? I'd rather get people really excited 6 months before I'm gonna launch, and then go around talking about it a lot. I was just thinking your level information could actually go in a level subclass that you'd need your attribute struct, but you'd require a little C++ in the editor module to be able to create your level assets and edit the attributes. Yeah. That's a good point, Whittle. There's a lot of things where if I could just extend a C++ class, that would be better. I know that logically. I just don't want to go down that path for so many reasons. The first and foremost being, I don't have Visual Studio installed in this machine because I'm an animator. Like, I haven't programmed... I've never programmed. I wrote a tool once in C#. I used Python constantly back when I was writing tools for animators. But I've... Like, I don't know what goes in the pre-compiler and the post-compiler. I don't want to go rat hole on debugging code, but I'm pretty confident I can make an entire game in Blueprint. I can package a game. I can cook a game for PC and play it right now. I can cook this. And so I want to do that for as long as possible, and I don't want to rat hole on everything else yet, I guess. Or at all. And I think there is kind of a weird point of pride. I really love this engine, and I really do think you could make a pretty compelling indie game without any code at all. I kind of want to prove it. Kind of got to bug up my ass about that at this point. I think people tend to, especially programmers, get stuck making an engine for a game rather than just making their game. And that's fine if your goal is to make an engine. And your game is like a tech demo for your engine, that's cool. But if your end goal is to make a game, I think the fastest way to get there is usually to leverage an engine and to prove that, like, look, you don't need to write any code at all to make a game if you know what you want to make, and if you're willing to iterate quickly, I think is something I'd kind of like to prove. Yeah, some of the best... I mean, I used to work with Damian Isla, right? And he's one of my favorite programmers for so many reasons. He's got this kind of... I don't know, I would say like he has a soul, but like he has a perspective. He's an artistic guy. He's a real Renaissance guy. He's super into music and super into art, and he has a really good perspective on things and really strong design opinions. Um, but he does the vast majority of his work was in Blueprint, and he dropped into code to extend his and our ability to use Blueprint. Um, because he felt that being able to iterate faster and giving everybody, exposing absolutely everything to everybody, even if that's risky or dangerous or whatever, allowed us to make the game quickly, and we did. Like, we made the Flame and the Flood in 2 years. And I'm still pretty proud of that. I thought that was, like, from scratch, 0 to done, 2 years. And it's doing well. It's on the Switch right now. It's been on the PS4 and the Xbox One. And I'm a believer in everything he said, and I think we're moving towards. I think this is the way things are. I don't know. I hope this is the way things are because I don't want to program. And I do want to make games, and I want to see if I can make an indie game on my own. I think it'd be fun. So anyway, here we go. I'm open to the possibility that I'm totally wrong, too. I also think it's funny that I've decided to hashtag programming all of these streams. And nobody's given me shit yet, so we're gonna keep going with the assumption that that's fine. Where are we here? Oh god, I was about to test this and I'm scared. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I definitely am way out of my depth today again. Well, that's not right. Let's start with, is there a safe game that's being loaded? Content. Shit. I started putting stuff on YouTube, but I definitely didn't put the 2 weeks of, I don't know what a cyclical dependency is, and it's taking 10 minutes to load the game into YouTube. Those aren't gonna make the cut. Those fell off. Apparently Twitch only saves your last 2 weeks worth of streams. So those are gone in the annals of history. Nobody will remember those. That's something where being a programmer would have been much more beneficial. So, shit's all way fucked. Let's figure out why. What happens when I load a game? What happens if, like, oh, wait, why am I still doing this? Of course that's not gonna work. Okay. So, I'm cleaning up a hack and I left the hack. We can't have the hack anymore. Hack is gone now. I shouldn't have done that. Might need that later. Okay, hack is gone now. I'm constantly pushing my programming students to focus on enabling design students and the whole team to implement gameplay. Yeah, that's basically what it is. I think I find if a designer is curious and wants to get something done, they'll find a way to get it done regardless. And I don't know, I have a lot of opinions on this. I think people tend to push into each other's fields a lot when they're curious and interesting. Like a programmer should be interested in game design, and a designer should definitely be a little bit interested in how their design is being implemented and so forth. And part of, if you move too much stuff into code, you're walling off logic from the people that are making the game full time, which is bad. You should only put stuff in code that nobody can touch if how do I explain it? Like, I write tools with different APIs, and I feel like sometimes you work with an API where you have access to only what the programmer has deemed that you decided that, you know, you might need, whereas sometimes they're just literally wrapping their API in a scripting language or wrapping it in Python or something. No, I'm not knocking down programmers. I've like Damian, collaborating with a good programmer is the greatest thing. Like, they give you the ability to do things you can't on your own. And vice versa, right? That's the point. Nah, my favorite people all happen to be programmers. Damian Isla is definitely up there. Dustin was an animation programmer I used to work with back in the day. Shane, he was cool for various reasons. Programmer as a gatekeeper was hopefully never a concept that ever existed. It was always supposed to be about, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Depends. I don't know. I will say in AAA, generally, it's common for designers and programmers to get along really well and art to kind of like be on the side somewhere. And I wish that is a concept I wish didn't exist. And I'm happy to say I work on a very small team now, so obviously it doesn't exist at all. But I hope that goes completely away in AAA. There is more, programmers are usually more willing to give designers just free range, whereas a lot of programmers, they don't think artists are dumb, but they hold the hand a little bit more. They're only like, what exactly do you need? Let me help you figure out what it is you need, rather than here's a sandbox, have fun, you know? I'm gonna start a fight today. It's Saturday, let's just all be at peace. Okay, so we're making this reel, so I want to launch it from my UI. You live in Australia? That's cool. And you teach there? I was gonna ask where you teach, but I don't know anything about Australia, so I think Okay. Let's see if the basic level still loads. No, the basic levels are all fucked. Okay, cool. So... Alright, let's see if a combo level loads. Does anything work? No. Not super much. Okay, let's start with the basic levels and get those working again. God, where do I start? Okay. Let's start right after you stream. Temporarily, I'm going to create. So I can see what's going on. I'm just going to remove the HUD immediately. And then take a look at loading the player. Okay, let's open up that accordion level. I've already hit a breakpoint, that's cool. Right, it's full screen, my bad. Game mode, pull you over here. Okay, let's open a basic level. I've hit a breakpoint. Current track should be accordion. It is. Oh, shit. Well, that's gonna be a problem. Let's make sure your robot type is set to... Change around the order of things. I want to bust open this struct first. And then I want to see if you're a combo level. I'm sorry. So I'm going to get the information on the current level. Because I'm going to need that either way. If you are a combo level, let's dig into that. If you're not, let's just get the robot type directly from your base level. Otherwise, you can't... Don't know what robot to load. I shouldn't have closed that. Levels, game logic, game mode. Let's pull that over here. Okay. Sure. Let's try again. Here's a basic level. Hitting my breakpoint. Actually, let's just remove the breakpoint and see what we get right now. Okay, still super borked. Should have figured that. Let's add that breakpoint back in. Okay, accordion. Good. You're gonna load the level. That level's T-Bot1. The track is accordion. You're hopefully gonna get that there. Let's go there. Got the player start. I know all that's working because you're starting the right spot. Right? Yeah. I feel like you're not initializing. So let's get to, I don't know, here. False. Good. So you're spawning, which we see. We see it spawning. We are possessing it. Are you not getting a grid world? Shit. Oh yeah. Okay, so I didn't init the grid world. We'll do that now. In all seriousness, I shouldn't... I might need to move this out of even the level load. That might just happen when the game loads. Because there's just one grid manager blueprint. I don't need to constantly find it again. That's going to cause all kinds of problems. I'm going to remove the breakpoint. We're just going to see what happens when we play. Okay, so I can't move and I'm not initialized. Sweet. Here we go. Back to where we were before. Alright, so this time at least we have a grid world. What's your deal? Robot type can't be non. How do you figure? Is that actually the problem? Why is none going into there? Oh no, there we go. Oh, and then this is set to none. That's cute. What is this reference for? I set it here. I set it here. I set it here. I never call it. I don't think I need that variable. I think that's from a bygone era. Oh, hey, Whittle. Sorry, let me catch up on chat real quick. I don't need the output log yet. That's not going to help me for this. I can just step through and see what's happening. Because what's happening is technical, as far as the game's concerned, nothing's gone wrong. It's not freezing or anything, it's just not doing what I want. Wait, let me delete my save. Let me get rid of these breakpoints and see where we are. Alright, shit, we're back to working. Can you fall off the world and die? Yes, you can. Can you undo? Can you undo back to the beginning? Can you replay? Sweet, look at this. It's like a little game here. Okay. So that works. We've unbroken that. Now let's look at, see if our combo level stuff works. Oh, the camera's super fucked. That character's in... Oh god, what's going on? How do I go with that? Okay. Okay, so it's loading the wrong levels. What do you think? Has there been any progress on pitching the new game? Tango, these things go so slowly, man. So slowly. I don't expect... Well... I don't know what to expect. I've never asked for millions of dollars from a publisher before. I don't know what to expect, but I know what not to expect, and I don't expect that we'll see that money in the bank this year. I do expect if we're gonna get something, we'll have some pretty strong nibbles before the end of the year, In fact, I expect that within maybe a couple weeks we'll hear. I mean, usually you say, hey, you pitch your game, and then they come back and they're like, what about this and this and this? And then you go back and you're like, it's a negotiation. Both between what the game will be and how the game can align with the given publisher or entity's goals. You have to kind of make sure that your goals align with theirs. And then after that, you have to actually negotiate the contract and how much money there is. So I'm happy to say I'll probably have free time to work on this for the rest of the year. I'm guessing. Before things get very real at work. I don't want to think about that right now, Tango. I'm already tired. We're gonna get combo levels working before I go to lunch. That's the goal. So, I mean, they were working before. I mean, we're gonna get them working in a way that's logical and where that fits with the flow of the game and feels right. Yeah. I wish I could show you guys the stuff I'm doing at work, man. Like, solo dev is fun, but when you have the opportunity to work with really talented people who have skill sets that are completely different from yours, you can really accomplish so much more. That's not a flashback, it's a current back. It's what I'm currently going through. I love the stuff I'm doing at work right now. It's cool. I'm excited. I'm excited. You know how when you get really excited, what do you call it? I'm mad about elements of the game design. You can't get angry if you don't care. Does that make sense? There's been many games where I'm like, you want to do what? Fine. Okay. I'll make it look good. But it's rare when you're like, you're doing it wrong, man. And that's when you know you're kind of into it. I think they call that passion in the industry. When you start to rage against things. Okay. Wait, I forgot how combo levels were broken because I went on a tangent with you guys. Oh yeah, the way they were broken was super weird. So, ooh, okay, so I need to, what was happening there was when I switch characters. When you switch from this pawn. Actually, you know what it was? I felt like it wasn't streaming in all the levels either. If current level is combo. For each sub-level. For each struct. Load. This could be another one of those times when a for loop doesn't work with a delay. We know this. This is a known problem. Do I have a temp int in this yet? God, fucking temp int. I feel gross every time I use this. Alright, so temp int is set to 0. Branch. If temp int is less than the length of this array. This feels so gross. Alright, if the temp int is less than the length of this array, I'm gonna manufacture a little do while loop here. If this is true, set the current track, do all this stuff. That'll include the delay. Load the level track. I'm actually gonna add another delay for posterity. And I'll explain why later. I need to have an output here that actually outputs properly. Yeah. And then take temp int and increment it. Guess I don't need to do this anymore. And we loop back around and check is temp int. Alright. When you're done, you're done. No more for each loop. And instead, what we do is we get temp int. That's kind of disgusting. There's our dual while loop that'll load all the levels. Alright, let's try combo level. I don't know what that was, but okay. Let's see what's going on. Game mode. What are you doing? Why are you pulling this up? Combo level. Okay, I added a breakpoint here. So to start with, temp int is 0. If temp int is less than the length, which it is, the length is 3. Set the current track. What? Trombone, there you go. Load the level. Let's get to there. Level track is trombone. Level name is... It won't tell me yet. Get all the player starts. Let's see. That looks good. Destroy it. Let's move on to here. This all looks right to me so far. It's gonna spawn a pawn. That's good. This is all gonna work. And it's gonna initialize. So let's bust up on that and see. I guess I didn't remove this breakpoint yet. Maybe that's good. Combo. you're spawning the next one. Okay, so we spawned the trombone. He looks right. So, oh, why am I setting temp int to 0 again? That makes no sense. Wah wah. Wow, I'm lucky I wasn't stuck in an infinite loop there. I don't know why I wasn't. That's bizarre. I'm gonna save all in case I do something stupid. Shit, wait, let me delete my save. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we have now. Just hit that breakpoint. I'm gonna remove it for now. Hey. Hey, that's working. Right? Shit. Yeah, I have no spatial awareness apparently. Alright. Well, I didn't accidentally give him a handlebar mustache and a mohawk. So yeah, I guess that would be considered intentional. One doesn't accidentally do that, I don't think. Alright, so now let's clean up all this crap, shall we? Things I broke today. The idea that you can resume is completely gone. For now. Like the idea that you can load back into your game and it'll just be right where you were. That's gone. But combo levels are in, so on the whole, I'm going to call this day a win. Get rid of all this. Because that's all in this other function now. So we took this one function that was doing everything. Yeah, that's the thing I don't have anymore. And your services are no longer required. Before this would only ever load one level and it would initialize the pawn for that level, etc. Now we're adding the idea that there's sub-levels, so we busted out the loading of a pawn to load many sub-levels. Okay, so now I should really say load level is all of this. Can't believe this is working. This is great. And it's noon. I think I'm gonna go get some lunch. This is a good stream. Hey Javex, what's up, man? You got here just in time for me to leave, man. Wanna see some stuff? Maybe I should play. I'll find bugs and I won't be able to leave. Let's see how broken everything is. Let's start out playing with the accordion. I lost a lot of the finesse between levels with this latest change. I need to rethink my control scheme. God. One good thing about not being able to work on this very often is I frequently forget how the fuck I win these games. God damn it. Oh, it didn't like that at all. Why didn't it like that at all? I always have to delete the save. It's apparent. So if I just load you in, the camera's weirdly close. What the hell is going on with my camera? I don't think I did this right. I don't think the camera used to be that close, though that is the least of my problems. Hey Matt Wolk, welcome to the dev stream. It's my adorable little side project. Let's see here. Of all the problems I had, thanks, I'm glad you like it so far, man. I think loading... Okay, I don't like that every time I play this game I have to go delete my saves. Let me at least, like, disable that or whatever. Load save game from slot. Set grid world up here. I might never need to set grid world again. Should play around with never saying again. Down here. This is a total aside. Fuck it, let's not change that right now. Oh. Yeah, I'm running my own separate logic here. I'm also heavily utilizing that temp int. Oh, this is another do while loop. Cute. Am I just doing the same thing I did down here? Shit. Okay, so I added the idea of combo levels today, but I was using the same track system I had before. So there's absolutely nothing when you resume from a save that says here's the master level with all the geo in it. It's just putting all the pawns in and their current locations. Obviously. I think I want to not think about save for a while until I figure out the game. I think I'm going to disable resume. Didn't like that. God. I have to think about things a lot more. Okay, yeah. I am gonna go to lunch because it's 12:15. Um, I might come back later, Javas. I'm not sure yet. Depends. It might be faster if I just work and get some stuff done. I do want to do another stream this weekend, so it'll either be tonight or it'll be tomorrow. And obviously I always stream on Mondays. Hey, I'm glad you like the game, Whittle. But yeah, man, I'll definitely be back on Monday. For as much as possible on Mondays. That's the goal. Thanks for watching, everybody. Will do, man. Later.